Foyeton is Director General International Institute of Professional Security. He joins me live on TVC News at 10. We'll talk about the new terrorist group shortly, but the Nigerian Army is mourning. Mr. Foyeton, what do you consider the highlight of the late Chief of Army Staff service to Nigeria?
Thank you very much for having me. And of course, my condolences to the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces for this irredeemable loss. I think one of the things that stands out was that Lieutenant Lagbaja, the former COAS, was very outstanding operational. You will see that he was a field general. He was not the type of general that you see sit in the comfort of his office to give commands. He was involved, personally involved, when it comes to operation. You would have seen him severally at the theater of the war front. For that, I think we give him kudos, apart from the fact that he was able to move and chase away the terrorists, put them relatively on their toes all through his about a year appointment, or more than a year thereabouts, as the Chief of Army Staff. Definitely will miss him, and he has actually laid a standard that the current, the newly appointed Chief of Army Staff must not go below. We know that he's also a refined military officer. I will expect that he will do better than what Lagbaja has done. Lagbaja has done his own part, and he has done excellently well at every front. And no doubt about that. That is not also trying to massage anybody's ego. It's just the naked truth. The terrorists never liked his approach because he was not apologetic about the fact that he does not want to see the existence of the terrorists, especially in the Northeast. So we commiserate with the family as a whole, myself as an individual, the whole institute, International Institute of Professional Security. We commiserate with them, and we pray that those that are there, God will preserve their lives to be better than that.
How are you and your colleagues reacting to news of a new terror group in Kebbi and Sokoto? Is this something Nigerians should be worried about, or you think our over a decade experience fighting insurgency is enough to tackle this one?
Well, I don't know your definition of new. Maybe because the activities are coming very conspicuous now. To some of us, it's not new. I'm sure you would have heard of several stories of terrorist groups collecting money from farmers and herders and the like to be able to access their farms. And such money have its own expiration period, like tax and all those stuff like that. We've said severally about it in different communities. The Ansaru group were actually very conspicuous in this. They will seemingly and surreptitiously present themselves as providing security for the community, gain ground in the community, and begin to now impose levies on the community. Now, the question basically, I think, bothers my mind the most is what actually is the role of the customs as we speak, the customs, the immigration, in this collective war against terrorism. Because when you are talking about identified and unidentified borderlines within the country, illegal routes, more than 2,000 illegal routes is too much for a country that is fighting against terrorism. It's too much. And don't forget that the Niger axis, the Chad axis, the Mali axis, and the like. Now, these are all porous borders. And unfortunately, the template of language and religion becomes a ground upon which this group enter into all the northern parts. And very painfully, the custom is not doing as much as, and that is what is giving the military extra work. If the custom is able to do its work properly and is able to manage our borderline properly, I think it will reduce the excesses, the strength to which the military is, being overstretched as we speak now. So is it the Lakurawa group or whatever they call themselves? It's just a name that is just coming up. But the group has always been there. They've always been operating So it's not new. It's just that the government is not making it new to us. They've always been in Sokoto, they've always been in Kebbi, but they were quiet. Maybe now that they felt that they have gained enough ground. And don't forget that whether we like it or not, Boko Haram activity is more or less like going down. So you need another branding and rebranding to be able to more or less like revive the campaign, the terrorist campaign in the northern part of the country. So it means that the military must now engage the traditional setting to be able to also, do what you call a grassroots intelligence gathering and all those stuff, to be able to execute a proper security program.
DJ International Institute of Professional Security, Tony Foyeto, thank you for talking to us tonight.